when you first started and the checkout for a book. Did you have a little pocket and a card on the ends you can say?
We had a pocket with a card, and we had, the book would be checked out. It was called the Gaylord, and it was this little machine, and you would stick the book card into it, and it would put a date on there when the book was due back. Then we'd have another card that we would stamp with the date and put that in the pocket of the book so the people would know when to bring it back.
How fun was that?
Oh, it wasn't. Well, for one thing, we encourage people, especially with bestsellers, things like that, put them on hold. You know, we've got quite a good DVD collection. And at that time, if you wanted to, of course we didn't have DVDs then, but if you wanted to put a book on hold, we had to look through thousands of cards that were checked out to find that card. Now, granted, it was by author, so if we kind of knew, you know, so you wouldn't have to go through everything, but we'd have like a month's worth of dates in there, so that was kind of a headache. I always said that was the best thing we, ever, when, you do it on the computer, it just pops up when it gets checked in.
What were your fines when you started?
Oh, I think actually in children's, I think it was a nickel for everything. But at that time, all we had were like books and magazines. You know, there were no VHS tapes even then. Then when we first got VHS tapes, we charged $1 for them to use them, because at that time there were VHS shops downtown, and we didn't want to upset them. So it's like, okay, we charge $1. It's not like we're just giving them to them. But then those they would pay 50 cents, I think, a day fine on. And now, of course, there's no paying for them anymore, but it's $1 a day if it's overdue.
What have been some of the best excuses that you've heard?
One lady came in and she had a book that was just bloated. It was so wet that it was swollen to twice its size. And she had returned it here in our outside book drop. And so when we called her and said, you're going to have to pay for this book, she said that book was fine. You must have a leak in your book drop. No, we don't. And it's always like, I was out of town, or we even had one person who said that we had it in for her, and when she brought her books back, we would take them and put them in back and not check them in for a week so that they would be overdue. And it's like the amount of books we handle in a day, how would we know they were yours, But yeah, people always have, My mother was sick, I had a sick baby. There's always. The usual one is, I never had that book. And it's fun at the desk when the mother says, we never had that book. You can't charge us for that. And then one of the children next to her will go, Mommy, it's in my bedroom.
How many books do you handle in a day?
Oh, God, I couldn't even begin to guess. It's a lot.
Do you dream about them?
No, that I don't do. When I first started cataloging books, I did kind of dream about Dewey Decimal Numbers for a while, but after I got the hang of that, then it was like, no, I have to say I don't have nightmares or anything about it.